This message is for my people as we prepare for Sunday. Some of you, by the time that you watch this, it's going to already be Sunday. So I say this to you. If you're going to church this morning, I need you to ask yourself, is your church and your pastor providing you with water that you will drink of and never thirst again? Or is your church providing you with a water that dries your mouth and your soul to the point that you constantly find yourself back there for refreshment every week? Is your church putting you in a position where you need to buy salvation that Christ died for and said that you could get for free? I look at Nigeria and I look at the positions of our pastors and our religious leaders, including our traditional leaders and our Islamic leaders. And I understand that part of our problem is them. If you're watching this, you're a man of God in any form, you are part of the problem in Nigeria if you are not pushing for the freedom, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically of the Nigerian people. The African Americans in America did not gain their freedom without input from their religious practitioners. Our pastors out here preach for freedom for blacks. They preach for black rights. They walk for black rights. Martin Luther King was a reverend. Our religious leaders in Nigeria often sit mute and watch while the people are ravaged by corruption and violence from its government. Sometimes they are even complicit. Sometimes they are the ones who effect these acts of violence against their own. They are the ones who sometimes take advantage of their own. Think of Farrakhan. He is a leader and the brother of Islam fighting for black integrity, black intelligence, and the uplifting of black people, and not for the banning of mannequins, not for the banning of women driving. See, the priorities are completely misplaced by our religious leaders in Nigeria. So I am asking you, are you going to a religious leader who wants to see you free, or are you going to a religious leader who wants to cage you? It seems to me that a lot of the Nigerian religious leaders are benefiting from the situation, the government tyranny, the government corruption, and the way our country is. Because, when there are more problems, then there can be a potential solution. All of you in that position were called to set our people free, and most of you are not doing your job. When Moses was sent to free the Israelites, he did not ask anybody to pay for appointments. He did not stand on a stage. He did not make it some theatrical thing where he became adored, because apparently all glory was supposed to go to God. But it's not looking like it these days. You drive your Jeeps, you fly your jets, and your people live in abject poverty. You do not lift them up. Instead, you concern yourself with women demanding their own individual rights, not simply understanding that when women are respected and they are equal to men in society, intellectually and financially, the country and the continent can grow. But no, you preach to us and tell us to live our lives like we are stuck in Jerusalem 300 years BC. You expect us to act like the world is not the way it is and just ignore what is going on around us and live by these teachings so that you can maintain control. So you benefit from the society the way that it is, and instead of you to try and help the people around you, you use it to your benefit. So if you are going to church and you are coming back afraid, then you are not going to church. If you are going to the mosque and you are coming back afraid, then you are not going to the mosque. If you are going to your traditional leaders and you are coming back afraid, then you are not going for any traditional religion, because even the ancestors do not want us to fear. Our ancestors want us to thrive in this land and in this world. So I ask of our religious leaders, what exactly are you doing when you take advantage of people's hopes and fears and prey on them and demand financial compensation to release them from whatever physical things are binding them, when the one thing that is binding us all is the poverty and the squalor in our country and on our continent that you contribute to? When you build a school for your congregation and they cannot attend it, ask me how you are uplifting any generation. I want to know. See, I look at a lot of things that happen, and sometimes I say to myself, "Ooh, child, Jesus would never." And he really would never. So, if you find yourself this morning getting up, going to a church where they tell you that you are going to have to engage in some kind of ritual in the middle of the night, flogging your enemies, demanding that people somersault and die because the blood of Christ was simply not enough. And now you are worried that people are out to get you. I need for you to understand that the pastor that you are going to may just well be a Pharisee. My people, open your eyes. It does not take a rocket scientist to see that the people who are taking advantage of us are us. Our religion has been twisted into every single shape or form, and it has not worked for us. It is not working for us, and it will not work for us. We see our people here in the United States. African Americans are Africans who were transported here. The only way they got out of it was when the religious leaders got on board also. Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King fought for civil rights. He fought for the rights of black people. Farrakhan fights for the rights of black people. Malcolm X comes and fights for the rights of black people. Regardless of what their religious views were, they understood that freedom was a right that was guaranteed to all men by God who created us. In fact, they said that all men were created equal. All human beings were created equal. So I need for you to ask yourself, if your religious leader is presenting to you that he is above you and you are supposed to kneel at his feet, if your religious leader is making you seem like you need to be dependent on him, if your religious leader is making it seem like you need to buy your freedom, like you need to buy your happiness, like you need to buy salvation that, according to your religion, was paid for by the blood of Jesus, what the hell are you doing and who the hell are you rocking with? This needs to stop, and it needs to stop today. So if you know somebody who is practicing some religion in the name of God or in anybody, go ahead, send this to them. I'll need for them to answer. I need for them to tell me what they are doing for Nigeria. It's not one march. It's not one prayer march. Your message needs to be a message of integrity. Your message needs to be a message of uplifting the nation. Your message needs to be a message of prosperity for all for free. If Moses did not charge people for prosperity, if Moses did not charge the Israelites to come out of Egypt, then please pray tell me, who the hell are you? Who the hell do you think you are, taking advantage of all these people, and you think that the God that you pretend to serve will not punish you? Just because you get away with it on the physical realm or in the physical realm does not mean that you will get away with it in the spiritual realm. Our eyes are beginning to open and we're beginning to see you for what you are.